I guess just what's it like to be healthy again? I mean, 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a long journey. You often take for granted your health. It's crazy. I hear guys complain about being sore and this and that. And I'm like, you're not wrong, but go through something like this, and you're gonna really be sore. But it just feels great to wake up in the morning and know you get to go to practice. I think so many times you take that stuff for granted. I remember after I tore the second knee, we had a team meeting. It was just, private, closed team meeting, and I told the guys that I tore my knee. And the biggest thing that I was just, sad about is, like, I don't get to go practice. I don't get to play basketball for a year. Like, I love this sport. Like, there's a reason why each one of these guys is here, is because they love the sport, they breathe it, they live it, and when it gets taken away from you, it sucks, because it's all you want to do. Like, sit on the couch and watch NBA, watch college hoops, watch clips. Like, the game is really my life, and it gets taken away from me so fast. So I'm just blessed I get to practice and to be healthy and dribble ball around and dunk and go play with my teammates and just have fun. So
Parker, how important was it to you to be able to voice the other side on your podcast, as far as like the mental aspects of it and giving other people a voice for that and coming back from injuries like that?
Yeah, it's funny because even through the first injury, I didn't think that I had a problem with my mental health, or Parker Fox never has a problem with his mental health. He's always excited. He's always happy. He's always energetic. But like, you go through something like this, and you have doubts. You have second guess. And I learned a lot from others as well. Like, selfishly, I wanted to do the podcast to learn, hey, how did you get through this? I interviewed a lot of Gopher athletes: Taylor Landfair, Chris Houtman-Bell, formerly Eric Curry, Isaiah. Like, how did you get through what you dealt with, and how did you kind of react with that? And what are some tips and tricks that you have for me, maybe? And I learned a lot of stuff. Talking with therapists, and just being able to kind of be vulnerable. It's something that I've struggled with in the past, and being able to kind of talk those emotions out and those feelings out, like, it helps, man. Like, you want to be a tough man and like all that kind of stuff. But like, sometimes you need a good cry, and sometimes you need to like feel those emotions and let yourself go through them. Because if you just throw them to the side and you bury them, like, they're gonna come back up. So you got to be able to learn how to go through those, and that's something I learned quickly, for sure.
What did you take away from those interviews with other Gopher athletes that had serious injuries?
Yeah, it just makes you realize you're not alone. So many people go through so many things. Obviously Chris was a guy that went through several injuries. Eric Curry went through, double knee injuries. Like, you're not the only one going through this. And the second half of that is you can come back from it. I looked at Klay Thompson a lot as motivation. He went through the knee and the Achilles. He talked about scream therapy. Nothing that I actually went through, but he was just talking about being in an empty room by himself and just yelling at the top of his lungs, and whatever it is that you need to cuss, or you need to yell at somebody, or whatever it may be, like, just kind of feeling those emotions and letting them come out of you and flow. And so I learned from just little tips and tricks. I got a couple books that I read. I picked up journaling, writing in a journal, your emotions, that kind of stuff. So definitely something I never thought I would do, because it never even came into my consciousness. But I'm definitely grateful for them, and just to have a person there that feels kind of the same way you do is huge as well. Somebody you can talk to.
Speaking of that, obviously Isaiah, his roommate, has done it as well. How much did you guys bond through that process?
I mean, I spent more time with that dude than you guys even know. I love him to death, but we spent just so much, like, every practice, 3-hour practice, we were in the training room together. So I know everything about him. He knows everything about me. Sometimes it wasn't even about the injuries or the emotions behind the injuries. It was just talking and just having a conversation, taking your mind off of this crazy, humble jumble world and all that kind of stuff. So I'm grateful for him. I'm very grateful for Isaiah. He was always there by my side, and I was always there by his side, and it's awesome that we get to come out here and do this together. So yeah, it's definitely grateful.
He says you're probably the cleaner roommate. What are his attributes as a roommate?
Oh, Isaiah as a roommate, that's a good question. I guess good energy, good vibes. It's not clean in the kitchen, I'll tell you that much. But he likes to leave his packages out, and I'll just throw them away. I'll bite the bullet on that one. But we got a full kitchen sink right now, and I'm putting it on Will Ramberg. I told him to do it on Monday, and it's Thursday now, and it still hasn't gotten done. So it's Friday now, isn't it? By the time the weekend comes.
Parker, did you ever think mentally during the whole process of the second one that maybe I'm never going to play again, or did it never go that far?
What's crazy is after I did the first one, I remember getting out of surgery and kind of just laying there on that bed and thinking to myself, like, I can't go through this again. There's no way. Like, the pain, the mental side, like, I can't do it again. Like, I told myself, if I do it again, I'm done. Then the moment I tore the second one, before the MRIs, like all that stuff wasn't even out yet. I knew it was torn, and I told myself I got to do it again. Like there's no way I can't do it again because I love it too much. You know, I get to play here. I get to, you know, stay in my hometown. I get to play for the team I always cheered for. Like, I have to give myself that chance. And, you know, credit to Coach Johnson. He never wavered. He stuck by my side. And, you know, he knew who I was as a dude and also as a player. So, you know, that kind of gave me confidence as well to know that, you know, I can give it my best effort, and whatever comes from it, that's all you can ask for.
What got you through the tough days? I mean, clearly you're a pretty positive guy. So what got you through the tough days?
Yeah, I think just, you know, just realizing where I come from and you know, the people that I have behind me, and the amount of sacrifice that others put into my success. You know, my mom, my dad, my brother, extended family, just the support that they had for me never wavered. You know, I remember we had to move my bed down to the living room because I couldn't get up the stairs. And one night my mom fell asleep next to me and, like, you know, didn't leave my side. I'm like, that's special, you know, like somebody that cares about you that much. So I just realized that, like, not only for me, but for the people I love and care about, like, I get to come out here next Thursday and I get to wear a Minnesota Gophers jersey and I get to do it in front of my friends and family. Like, there's nothing better than that.
Have you thought about what that moment's going to be like, doing that for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, I visible chills already. You know, I think the moment I get to go out on that court and, you know, get to sub in is going to be probably one of the most special moments of my life. And I'm super grateful. I'm super grateful to this coaching staff, my teammates. Like, there's days where you never thought it would happen, right? Like, there's the dog days of surgery where you can't even stand on your leg, and, you know, you can knock on your leg and you just feel bone. It's like, there's no way I can get back out on that court. And now I get to sit here several months later and, like, feel great. Like, I feel awesome. Like, I'm jumping as high as I've ever jumped. I'm moving as well as I've ever moved. And it's like, it's a huge process and a huge journey, but it all works out. It all pays off for itself. That's for sure.
Does this year have a little extra special meaning for you, knowing the journey you've been on the last 2 years?
Definitely, yeah. It definitely has more of a meaning just because of the things I've been going through, but also just generally, I would say that every year means a lot to me. Honestly, I think what these past years have given me is just perspective and just kind of being able to take things for what they are and just being in the moment and just appreciating it for what it is. So I'm going into this year just happy to be back playing. Definitely a chip on my shoulder, just because I definitely feel like I have things to prove as well. So.
And just what got you through some of the dark days? I mean, obviously when you're hurt and you're not able to contribute, at least on the court, it's tough. I mean, what got you through some of those dark days?
Well, first I would say my faith, definitely, just trusting in God. Secondly, I would say just my support system. I would say my teammates and coaches here have done a great job just keeping me part of the team. And then also Parker, just going through the same things kind of. So not feeling alone.
Right. Take us through that. I mean, what was that journey like going through the same thing with him?
I mean, first things first, was ridiculous, honestly, to have those type of injuries back to back. Like, you would not wish that on anyone. But I mean, at the same time, though, it was a blessing to have him there with me, though. He's a very lighthearted guy, you know, and very motivated as well. And so he helped me push myself. I helped him. I pushed him in a sense. So yeah, I would say it was just great to have him.
Last one for me, just given what you've been through the last 2 years, what's that moment going to be like, taking the floor for the first time, you know, being healthy again?
Yeah, I did think about that. I don't know, honestly. It would be probably emotional for me a little bit. I don't know if I'll show it, but I'll definitely feel it. I'll definitely have some butterflies in my stomach, but you know, I'll worry about that when it happens. So yeah.